Hi, my name is Sarah and welcome to Move But Yoga. So I'm just going to apologize in advance because my dog is in the space here with us today. It's quite a hot summer's day here where I am in Australia, and I've got the air conditioning on for both of us and he's just panting a little, so I apologize about that in advance. But yeah, so Today's class is just basically a little short sequence that you can move through on the days that you know you want to move but you don't necessarily feel like it. That's kind of how I'm feeling today with the heat and everything. It just sometimes makes it really difficult to find the motivation to get on my mat, but ultimately I always know that it's going to benefit me, so I try my best to do so. So I just want to say thank you for being here and taking some time for yourself, and hopefully you enjoy this little sequence. So just to begin the class, we're going to start in a comfortable seated position. So you can just cross your legs and close your eyes. Just take a couple of moments to settle into the body. Allow yourself to be weighted through the sit bones. Roll the shoulders down and back. And just feel nice and long through the crown of the head. And I just want you to begin to deepen the breath. So really drawing the breath into the belly, expanding the belly as you draw the breath all the way up. And as you exhale, release, squeezing the navel in. Inhale, expands. Exhale to release. I find when you really connect to the breath, it helps with the movement of your energy. And for those days that you're feeling quite fatigued, just connecting to a deep, long, slow and pronounced breath can really bring some more energy and vitality back into the body. So now just get you to take a nice long inhale through the nose and open your mouth and sigh to release. You can open the eyes. So we'll just start by warming up the spine. So what I'll get you to do is we'll do a seated cat-cow. So bring your hands onto your knees, and as you inhale, begin to puff the chest up and slowly tilt your head back. Take your eye gaze towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, draw your navel in, draw your chin towards your chest, and curl in. Inhale, puff the chest up, find that space. Exhale, draws you in. Then one more, inhale. Really articulating that length. Exhale, slowly release, come back to center. And then we're just going to come onto the knees. I'm going to stretch a little bit into the feet. So come onto the toes. Stay here for as long as is comfortable. We're going to stretch into the fascia of the feet. And then I'm just going to get you to bring your arms out, and we'll just stretch into the hands a little bit. So we're going to do 20 closed fists to open fists. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And then bring your arms up. Just grab onto either elbow. Take an inhale, lengthen up, and as you exhale, lean to one side. Inhale, draws you up. Exhale, release to the other side. Inhale, draws you up. Exhale. One more inhale. Last exhale. And then slowly come back to center. Release the arms. Release the feet. You can just push into the tops. And then we'll just come onto our hands and our knees. So just make sure that your shoulders are under your wrists and that your hips are underneath your knees. So everything's in alignment and stacked. You can keep your toes tucked. And we're just going to move through our cat-cow again, but we're going to add a little bit of a transition. So the way that is going to look is we're going to draw the hips back as we come into an active child's pose. So you're going to keep your chest lifted, your heart lifted, your eye gaze forward, and then you're going to round through the spine. As you inhale, come back to your hands and knees. Exhale, sink the belly, shine the heart forward, and as you exhale, draw your hips back. Keep the chest lifted in that active child's pose. Inhale, round forward. Exhale to release. Draws you back. One more inhale. And then exhale, draws you back. And then from here, keep the toes tucked and we'll come back onto our heels. You're going to inhale, bring the arms up and just cross the fingers over each other. So you're really going to draw the arms up. And as you inhale, come into a little back bend. And then as you exhale, pick up your hips, bring your arms down. Inhale, draw the arms up, find your little back bend. Exhale, come back down onto the heels. Inhale, draw the arms up, find your little back bend. Exhale, pick up the hips, come down. Inhale, draw up, find your little arc, and then exhale, come back down. And then we're just going to walk the hands out. We'll find our downward dog. So just make sure that the hands are about shoulder width apart. Really spread through the fingertips, grip into the mat with the fingers and the heel of the hands. Tuck the toes, pick up the knees and draw the hips up. If you're feeling a little tight, you can pedal through the feet. We're just going to hold this shape for a few breaths. So really root through all four corners of the hand and grip into the mat with the toes. Keep a nice bend in the knees. Make sure you're creating a nice straight line from the top of the tailbone to the crown of the head. Really work to draw the armpits in towards each other. Downward dog can be seen as a relatively strong pose depending on how long we can hold, or over time it'll eventually start to feel like a resting place. But regardless of how it feels right now in this moment, just see if you can remain present. And then when you're ready, take your eye gaze forward, and we're going to take one step forward followed by the other foot. And we're just going to come into a forward fold. So first we're going to create some length. Inhale, take your eye gaze and your heart forward. And as you exhale, fold over the thighs. Grab onto either elbows. Shift the weight more into the toes and draw the crown of the head towards the earth as you draw the hips up. Make sure you keep a little micro bend in the knees. Breathe into the belly. And then slowly release the arms and we'll just slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Keep the knees a little bent, keep the chin tucked. And then come to stand. Just take a moment here in your mountain pose, really rooting through the soles of the feet. Elongate through the crown of the head, reach through the fingers. And then when you're ready, we'll move through our sequence. So inhale, take the arms up. As you exhale, hinge at your hips as you fold forward. Come into your forward fold, bring your fingertips down, crown of the head comes down. Inhale into a flat back. As you exhale, pick up your right foot and float it behind you. Really point through the toes. And then as you exhale, bend your front knee and find the back of the bat nice and slow. Then as you come down, drop your back knee. We'll come into a low lunge, so inhale, draw your arms up. Spiral the pinky fingers in, take your eye gaze up. And then as you exhale, sweep the arms behind you. Inhale draws you up. exhale. And then last one, inhale. And as you exhale, you're going to bring your left hand inside of your left foot, and you're going to really push the knee and the tricep in towards each other to create an energy lock. And then you're going to pivot your back foot out to the left side, long side of the mat. We're going to really open out to the long side of the mat, and then we're going to just bring our right arm up and then just create some circles. Changing directions. Then when you're ready, pivot your back foot towards the center. Bring your hands on the right side of the front foot, and you can take your left foot out to the long edge of the mat. So we're going to find our lizard pose. Find a bit of space here. You can keep your back knee down, or if you want to go a little deeper, you can pick your back knee up. If your knee is up, just imagine that there's a little balloon pulling this thigh up. As much as you're pulling that thigh up, you want to sink into the front hip. Breathing into the space. And then when you're ready, plant your back knee. Bring your front foot back towards the center. Plant the hands, pick up the back knee, and we'll find our plank position. Really drawing the navel up, pushing the earth away from you. And then you're going to drop your knees, shift the weight forward, and bring your chest and chin to the mat. From here, inhale forward. Really round through the shoulders as you pull them back into your cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, draw the hips back. We're going to transition through child's pose and then come up into our downward dog again. Take a nice long inhale through the nose. Exhale to release. Connect to the breath. And then we'll go on the other side. So we're going to take our eye gaze forward. We're going to finish the cycle first. And you can hop or step to the top of the mat. Inhale, come into a flat back. Exhale, fold over the thigh. Inhale, begin to sweep your arms up. Take your eye gaze up. Exhale, back through center. Find your moment of stillness. And now we'll go on to the other side. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale as you hinge, fold forward. Bring your fingertips down, crown of the head comes down. Inhale into a flat back, take your eye gaze forward, heart goes forward. Pick up your left foot and float it behind you. And then bend into the right knee as you anticipate the back of the mat with the left toes. Then drop your left knee and inhale, sweep your arms up for a low lunge. Spiral your pinky fingers in, take your eye gaze up. And as you exhale, draw your arms behind you. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. And as you exhale, bring your hands down. Right hand comes inside of the right foot. Push the tricep and the knee in towards each other to create an energy lock, and pivot the back foot out to the long edge of the mat. Open out to the long side of the mat and then take your arm forward. Create a few circles. And then change directions. And when you're ready, plant the hands on the left side of the front foot, pivot the back foot back to the center, and then step the right foot out to the right side of the mat, the long side. So once again, we take our lizard variation. You can stay here or you can pick up your back knee. Once again, make sure you're really drawing that back thigh up. But as much as you do that, you sink into your front hip. Take a few breaths. Lower the back knee. Step the front foot back towards the midline. Plant the hands. Pick up your back knee and then find your plank position. A nice straight line from crown of the head to the heel of the feet, making sure that you're drawing the navel in. Drop the knees, shift your weight forward, and then draw the chest and the chin towards the mat. And as you inhale, come forward. into your cobra, drawing your shoulder blades back, pushing into the tops of the feet. And as you exhale, tuck the toes, draw the hips back as you move through child's pose just for a moment. And then inhale draws you into your downward dog. Reconnect to the breath. And then take your eye gaze forward, and we're going to step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, come into your flat back, take your eye gaze forward. Exhale, fold over the thighs. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, draw the hands through center. Find your moment of stillness here in your mountain pose. Witness any subtle sensations moving throughout the body. And then when you're ready, we're going to inhale, draw the arms up. As you exhale, you're going to fold forward. Bring your fingertips down, crown of the head comes down. Inhale into a flat back. Exhale, bring the right foot up. Keep it floated, and then bend into your front knee, and we're going to find the back of the mat. Drop your back heel so it's parallel to the short edge of the mat. And then we come into our warrior two. Sink into the front knee. Feel nice and strong through the soles of the feet. Reach out through the fingertips, up through the crown of the head. And then on your next inhale, interlace your fingers behind your back, puff your chest up. As you exhale, hinge forward and drop your ear inside of your left knee. Allow your arms to come overhead. Draw yourself back up, nice and strong through the legs. Back into our warrior two. Bring our hands down to frame the front foot, pick up your back heel. You're going to find your plank position. Then from here, drop the knees, shift the weight forward, come onto chest, chin. As you inhale, come forward into your cobra, drawing your shoulder blades back. As you exhale, transition through your child's pose, come up into your downward dog. Find the breath. Then you're going to draw the right leg up. You're going to bring the knee in front of the right wrist and then the foot in front of the left thigh. So we're going to align for our pigeon. Take it nice and slow. Walk the back foot out. Really draw the front left hip and right knee towards each other to activate the legs. Inhale, see if you can draw yourself up. Feel the length, the strength of your legs. And then as you exhale, you can slowly begin to walk your hands forward. Find our reclining pigeon. A nice few breaths. And when you're ready, slowly walk the hands back. Make sure the back toes are tucked. Push into the hands, pick up your leg, and find your three-legged downward dog. From here, you can kind of drop the foot over to the left to open the hip. And then draw the knee in towards the chest and plant your foot at the top of the mat. Take your fingertips slightly forward and then push into your front leg as you float your back leg up. Come into our standing splits. So really use your fingertips and your thumb to draw energy up through the arms, and then inhale, lift up your heart, take your eye gaze forward, and then as you exhale, fold over the thigh. Then when you're ready, push into your standing leg, slowly draw the knee up, arms come up, and then as you exhale, release the leg, hands through center. And we come back into our mountain pose. Connect to the breath. We'll move on to the other side. Inhale, draws your arms up, eye gaze goes up. Exhale, hinge as you fold forward. Fingertips come down, crown of the head comes down. Inhale into a flat back, take your eye gaze forward. Pick up your left foot, float it behind you, bend into your front knee, and then place your back foot parallel to the short edge of the mat. Make sure both edges of the feet are rooted. Bring your arms up, and then sink into the front knee as you find your warrior two. Extend through the arms, reach through the fingers, feel long through the crown of the head. And then as you inhale, interlace your hands behind your back, puff up your chest, and as you exhale, draw your ear inside of your right knee. Allow the arms to come overhead. And then using the strength of the legs, push up. Find your warrior, extend the arms out. And then slowly bring the hands to frame the front foot, pick up the back heel. And then we find our plank position. Nice and strong through the core, nice and long through the crown of the head and the heels of the feet. Drop to the knees, shift the weight forward, lower chest to chin. Inhale, push forward, find your cobra. Tuck the toes, draw the hips back. Transition through child's pose just for a moment and then come back up into your downward dog. Take a few breaths. Take the left leg up towards the ceiling. Bend the knee, draw the knee in towards the left wrist. Foot comes in front of the right thigh and we align our pigeon. Walk your back foot out. Make sure that the hips are squared by keeping the feet tucked, the back foot tucked, sorry. As you inhale, really squeeze the legs towards each other to draw yourself up a little. Really active here. And then as you exhale, slowly begin to walk your hands forward. Come into your reclined pigeon. Drink in the breath. The quality of the breath always determines how present we are within our experience. So how deep and rich can you make it? How connected can you be? When you're ready, slowly walk the hands back. Make sure the back toes are still tucked. Pick up the back knee and push through the hands and then find your three-legged downward dog. Draw your leg up and then drop the foot over to the right side. I want to open the hip a little. Then nice and slow, draw that knee in towards the chest as you plant your foot at the top of the mat. Walk your fingertips slightly forward and then push into your front leg as you float your back leg up. Draw the fingers and the thumbs towards each other to draw energy up, and then lift your chest, take your heart forward, eyes forward, and then exhale, fold over the thigh. Standing splits, making sure that your hips are square just by rotating the inner thigh up towards the ceiling. And then when you're ready, push into the standing leg. Draw the navel in, maybe wobble like I am. Draw the knee up towards the ceiling, fingertips come up, and then as you exhale, release the foot and hands come back through center. Connect to that breath. And then when you're ready, inhale, sweep the arms up. As you exhale, hinge, and we're just going to begin to sink all the way back down onto the mat. Kadonk. Walk your feet out, draw your arms up. As you inhale, puff your chest up, and then as you exhale, tuck your chin and slowly lower down onto the back. Once you find yourself here, just take the soles of the feet to the edges of the mat, extend your arms out, and just drop your knees over to one side. Take your eye gaze in the opposite direction. And when you're ready, slowly draw the knees up. Drop them over to the other side. Eye gaze follows in the opposite direction. And then when you're ready, slowly bringing the knees up. Drawing them in towards your chest. Wrap your arms around your shins. Give yourself a nice big squeeze. Rolling from side to side. And then from here, we're just going to release out just for a moment. We won't stay here too long, but it's always just really important to give yourself some time to relax into stillness. Whenever we move, we stir up different kinds of energies and emotions. And this stillness helps us integrate anything that has come up. So find your breath. Maybe find your dog. And then when you're ready, just draw the knees in towards the chest. Roll onto your side. Come up into a seated position. This is my dog, Muttley. Say hello. And just bring your hands in front of your chest. You're going to take a nice long inhale through the nose and exhale side to release. I hope that you enjoyed this little bit of movement. I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day, both from myself and Muttley. Goodbye and namaste.